Welcome to the Jay Franzi Show, your source for the latest news, reviews, and interviews, with insights you can't pay for and stories you've never heard.
Just so I could piss right next to Tom Petty.
Garth turned out to be the most loyal artist of all time.
Smoked weed with Willie.
That was the most surreal, pinching moment.
So I knew I already had a strike against me.
Now, here's your host, Jay Franzi and Tiffany Mason.
And we are coming at you live. I am Jay Franzi, and with me tonight, the Christina to my Dave, my beautiful co-host, Miss Tiffany Mason.
Good to see you tonight, Dave.
Nice. If you are new to the show, this is your source for the latest news, reviews, and interviews. And if you would like to join in, comment, or fire off any questions, please head over to jfranzi.com. All right, my friend, as always, before we get started, let me go ahead and tell you about this thing we call the question of the day. Tonight's question of the day is kind of unique because it was pulled from last week's episode where Nate wrote in with a question that was more suitable to the question of the day than the actual mailbag segment. So we went ahead, we answered his question on the show. However, we're going to go ahead and get into it in detail tonight. This question is, who are the best opening acts you've ever seen that completely stole the show from the headliner? Who are the best opening acts that you've ever seen that have completely stolen the show from the headliner? Like I said, it does come from Nate, and if you would like to submit a question for the question of the day, please go ahead and send it to feedback@jfranzi.com. Do not give me your answer now. We will go ahead and do that a little later in the episode. And if you would like to join into our shenanigans, go ahead and put your responses in the comment section. We will go ahead and read those off a little later in the episode as well. Kind of interested in seeing the responses to this one because I've gone to see a few shows in the past that I went specifically for the opening act. We will see how this turns out, but first we're going to go ahead and talk about an article I came across, 10 70s rock albums that used to be considered metal. All right,
okay.
So let's see what they considered to be metal in the 70s.
I'm thinking this might be kind of a funny one.
I'm hoping so. These are the same people that provided us with an article in the past that we enjoyed. So I'm hoping
okay.
lightning strikes twice.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. First one. Deep Purple, Machine Head, 1972.
Okay.
Now, Deep Purple, great band. I would consider them... Well, nowadays you consider them classic rock. However, then I would have considered them to be hard rock. The next band is called Rainbow. Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow, 1975. Ronnie James Dio was the voice of Rainbow.
Oh, for funny. Okay.
All right. Next item on the list. Led Zeppelin with Led Zeppelin 4, 1971. Yes. That's the one that with Black Dog on it. Mm-hmm. Again, I would consider them to be more classic rock, more hard bluesy rock. But back in the day, they were definitely considered metal. It's like Black Sabbath. I would consider them to be hard rock, but they're the ones that went down in history as creating heavy metal.
What do you think is the separation between heavy metal and rock?
Well, these days, I think it's instrumentation and approach, but back then it was just doing something that was out of the ordinary, because if you think about it, it was bands like the Beatles, and they're singing their Love Me Do stuff and you're bopping around and dancing, and then all of a sudden it comes Black Sabbath where you're singing about war pigs and it's a little heavier. And then Zeppelin and all those bands come out, they're just a little heavier, so that's where heavy metal came from. Mm-hmm. But these days, when I think of heavy metal, I think of the way the instrumentation plays, the harder guitars, maybe a little bit of scream into it, and just...
Yeah, I always think of the screaming.
Yeah, I mean, screaming is considered its own lane in rock and metal music.
Well, like we talked about last week or the week prior, they're starting to put the emotional voices in.
All right. Moving on to the next item on the list, a band called UFO. album Phenomenon, 1974.
I don't know him.
I'm looking at the album cover. It is a very weird-looking album cover. It's like a 50s family in front of a house with a 50s car in the driveway. And, this old house, but the people look like they were just cut out of a magazine and slapped in the yard.
That sounds kind of cool, actually.
It's Unique for sure. All right, this band I liked. All right, here we go. This is a good one for me. Montrose with the album Montrose, self-titled album that came out in 1973. The reason I like this one is it was fronted by an artist you may know, Sammy Hagar.
Oh, okay.
If you ever had a potential of knowing one of their songs, it would be the song Rock Candy. Judging by the blank stare on your face, I'm going to guess that would be a big no. And do not play it.
I was sick. I wasn't going to even be born for 6 more years.
Nice. You're listening to the song.
Yeah, I don't know it.
Yeah, don't be doing that.
I did it so you couldn't hear it, but then I threw my phone around.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
All work, no play here, Jay.
That's true. Fair enough. That's all this place is. Anyway, so yes, Sammy Hagar went on to massive popularity, not only with his own music, but of course with Van Halen and then every project he's worked on since then. However, Montrose, big band, lots of respect by the industry, but I don't think they were as well known as bands like Zeppelin or Deep Purple and that type of stuff.
Yeah, I've never heard the name, so that surprises me. Listening to that small snippet, so in conjunction with the more aggressive sound or whatever, and then the screaming, I think also distorted guitars. So I guess what you're saying, instrumentation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
The guitars got heavier and thicker as time went on. But they didn't just get heavier. They started to do what people call chugging, which is just instead of playing a true rhythm or a melodic piece, they're just chugging on the lower strings of the chord, and it just sounds deeper, thicker, and meaner. So that gives that kind of feel of something
Aggression, yeah.
Aggression and a little bit meaner.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, well, we went from Montrose, headed by Sammy Hagar, to Van Halen. But this is Van Halen, debut album that was released in 1978. This is an awesome album. This was probably Van Halen's best album, in my opinion anyway. I like Sammy Hagar.
What was it called again?
Van Halen.
Oh, yeah.
As time went on, they got to be better musicians. They put their projects together with a larger budget and things like that. This one was just raw. It was raw and it was different for the time. So when it came out, it was like, oh, wow, what is this? And then David
the garbage
Lee Roth,
the young kids were listening to.
Yeah. And then David Lee Roth coming out with all his, theatrics, jumping off of amplifiers and, his skin tight pants and doing splits in the air and all the fun stuff. Brought a lot of attention to the band. Even Zeppelin had a very flashy frontman, but he wasn't doing things like that. Wasn't jumping off of
mild compared to that.
Yeah. That had Running with the Devil on it. That was probably one of my favorite Van Halen songs. All right, let's see. Next on the list, a favorite of yours, AC/DC. Highway to Hell came out in the year 1979.
Probably the anthem ushering me in.
Nah. It's actually the anthem that's ushering you out. It's just a slow ride. Yeah, I always liked AC/DC. They're biker music to me.
Yes.
When I think of AC/DC, I think of it playing at a biker
bar.
bar, or when they take their rides across the country, that type of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me, that's the theme song of the trips.
Yep. I'm with you.
All right, good. I don't know what number we're on, but hey, next on the list is Kiss, Alive, 1975.
Okay.
Now, this is definitely
Feels
where
fair.
we get into some theatrics for sure. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the makeup, the platform shoes, the outfits, the flames. So pyrotechnics were a big thing with them. And this is a live album, so
Oh, interesting. Okay.
would contain all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. Your favorite rock band? It's your favorite. You just tell me who your favorite
Metallica.
is. You don't have to think about it. It's not Metallica. I didn't say your favorite party music. We'll call that a party. It's Aerosmith with the album Rocks,
That was going to be the next one.
1975.
They are one of my favorites.
I'll give you Metallica only because you like to knock boots to it, but Aerosmith was the one we were going for. Aerosmith with the album Rocks came out in 1975. Yeah, I mean, Aerosmith is, again, to me, they're more of a bluesy rock band. Kind of bluesy, funky feel to them, and I never would consider them to be metal, but in the 70s, they were hard rocking.
Well, and he had his flare pants and his scarf on the microphone and, doing his things a little different, so.
A little different for sure for the 70s, but to me, when I see that, I think of, well, I guess, hair metal style stuff.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. I see what you're saying, but I also see where if we're saying that part of the criteria is that it was a little bit off the beaten path. And he did do the thing where he would open his mouth real wide and like scream or whatever, so I don't know. Not all the time, but
So the
thing
you like is when his mouth is open wide. Got it. All right. Last on the list, Scorpions in Trance, 1975. What country were they from?
Sweden.
Oh, so close. But yet not at all. It's Germany.
So I said Germany.
Yeah, it was the accent. Scorpions, good band. I did get an opportunity to meet them with Long-Haired Mark, the Mark Bottolato.
Nice.
That was in 1988. Man, talk about a long time ago. 1988.
Seems like it was not that long ago, but it was.
It was, yeah. Backstage at Monsters of Rock, featuring Van Halen and Metallica, but also
God, that would have been so freaking cool. The age that you were and where those bands were in their careers.
Oh yeah, the height of their careers.
God.
That concert was Van Halen, Dawkins, Scorpions, Metallica, Kingdom Come. I think I'm missing one.
So freaking cool.
Anyways, it was a good show. It was a good show. But the Scorpions brought us to a close, so we can now move on to the news.
Okay, well, first I'm going to tell you about Megan Maroney. She is taking over the ACM week. The buzz around the ACM Awards this centered hard on Megan Maroney, with a pile of nominations, heavy streaming momentum, and major industry backing heading into Vegas. I'm surprised her name is on there.
Why is that? What surprises you?
I don't know. I feel like she had a quick rise, but then I think she got overshadowed fast by Lainey Wilson and Ella Langley. I think she's still in there holding her own, but I don't know.
She doesn't have the popularity that the other two have.
Right.
If I were to rank them in popularity right now, I would say Lainey would be first, then Ella, and then Megan. But
Although this is saying nominations, so I mean it can't just be Lainey and Ella and everything. So okay,
but yet it probably will. We read
it'll be the Ella and
we should know.
Lainey song. Okay, well, I did not realize recently in Daytona Beach was Welcome to Rockville. So it turned into a full-blown legacy moment for hard rock. It wasn't just another rock festival. It felt like a torch-passing weekend. Legacy acts, giant crowds, and emotional tributes dominated the conversation, especially after Guns N' Roses delivered a live dedication to Ozzy that had the entire rock world talking.
That would have been awesome. I mean, I like Guns N' Roses. I think they kind of went off the rails a little. However, it would be cool to see them do a tribute to Ozzy.
Well, like the whole rock community, like just everybody who is such a fan of Ozzy, and then you bring that up, and of course, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
The camaraderie of it all.
I didn't realize. I mean, I've always known that Ozzy was popular and but I didn't realize just how popular he was. Want a tidbit?
Yeah.
Okay, tidbit. Ozzy. He had a cologne that he liked wearing, and he wore it for years. He came across it, probably in the 70s or whatever it was, and he liked it so much that he bought tons of it and wouldn't tell people what it was or where he got it. And the first time he smelled it, said, "That's what I want to smell like forever." So he bought this cologne, and now that company is releasing a limited edition, Ozzy edition, to raise money for his cause.
What is it? Do you know?
The cologne? No, I don't know.
No. Well, let me just tell you what. I smelled this 70-year-old man, and I am telling you, I have never had such a strong reaction to a fragrance. Acqua di Parma. It is from Italy. Holy crap. I was like, oh my God, this man smells so good. And his family was with him and they were telling him in Italian that he smelled so good. And I took his shirt and pretend like I was going to grab him and pull him towards me. And he was kind of laughing. And then he was showing off his muscles to me. And I was like, oh yeah, looks good. But man, Acqua di Parma, if you guys want the ladies, because I guess his family's like, oh my gosh, we hear this all the time. Everywhere he goes with us, this is what happens. I'm like, man smells good.
If you want to keep Tiffany away from you, then steer clear. All right. Ozzy Osbourne's signature scent for over 30 years was number 88 by Check and Speak.
Okay.
Apparently it was a woody fragrance.
Well, there you go.
He liked his wood.
Sharon liked his wood.
All right.
Okay, let's
We're
move
off
on.
the rails.
Luke Combs just pulled off a chart move almost nobody else can. Luke Combs is stacking #1 records at a pace that's getting historically ridiculous. Multiple songs are dominating major country charts at the same time, proving once again that he's operating at a completely different commercial level than most of the format right now, which we've talked about that when reading the charts. It's quite the feat.
It is. He's awesome. I'm proud of him. Glad to see it happen.
Well, and you and I are big fans, so it makes sense. He's one of the top guy voices.
Yes, he is a top
And he's apparently
guy
a very
voice.
good entertainer because he got nominated for Entertainer of the Year.
Didn't he win Entertainer of the Year?
I feel like he did, but I felt weird saying it, so
You read the
I
news.
stuttered.
I just want to point that out.
I know. I don't remember. I don't memorize all the news, though.
Oh.
I don't memorize all the awards either. What say you? What say Google?
Yes, Luke Combs was named Entertainer of the Year at the CMA, Country Music Association, for 2 years consecutively.
Oh, wow. Okay.
21 and 22, if you're wondering what years those were.
Thank you. Okay, Miss Carrie Underwood walked onto American Idol and went full Motley Crue. Nobody expected one of the biggest country voices on television to suddenly dive headfirst into an arena rock mode, but Carrie Underwood and Motley Crue absolutely lit up the Idol finale. Flames, leather, and classic riffs.
All right. I have a beef with that. When you say nobody
Right.
expected it,
Agreed.
it was
100%.
announced way beforehand.
Oh, I was going to say because she has
She's
ripped
played
out
with-
her rock card in the
yeah,
past.
She's played with she was the lead singer of Guns N' Roses for a while.
Yeah?
So, yeah, I think not only has she performed in rock music, this announcement was also made weeks in advance that she was going to come on and do it. So,
Everyone expected one of the biggest country voices on television to suddenly dive headfirst.
but nonetheless, she's awesome. And I like the fact that
She
she
is awesome.
sings with the rock bands.
I do too. I love that edge on her. That's great.
Even her music, I mean, I know her music is country and it's, modern pop country, but
Yeah.
hers
Got
has
a
always got a
little-
little bit of an edge to it.
Little edge, little aggression, little grit. Love it. Okay, Ashley McBryde, she keeps leaning into her rough edges, and the fans love her for it. Ashley McBryde opened up this week about sobriety, growing up in Arkansas, and surviving Nashville without sanding off her personality. Good for her.
I've been seeing her around a lot lately.
Yeah, you've been seeing a lot of Ashley McBryde.
Yeah, at Duncan and
Yeah,
a few other places.
around town.
Around town. No, she's been in the press a lot lately.
Yeah. Okay, well, a little bit of sad news. The death of producer Jack Douglas hit the rock world hard. The industry lost one of the great studio architects this week with the passing of the legendary producer Jack Douglas. From Aerosmith to John Lennon, his fingerprints are all over generations of classic records that still define rock radio today.
Moment of silence. Move on. That's sad.
It is sad. It's sad when anybody who's had such a big impact on the industry passes.
Technically, it's sad when anybody passes. Why do they have to have a big impact? You need to stop putting sadness into our news. This is supposed to be a happy show.
Oh, I was going to make a punny joke and I lost it.
It wasn't that punny.
It was, so it's going to be really funny. Something about November rain, but I can't.
Yeah, bring it up next time.
Yeah, okay. Gretchen Wilson is bringing back redneck woman energy loud and unapologetically. She released a new single titled Redneck on May 1st, marking her return to her signature gritty country sound, released on her own Redneck Records in partnership with 30 Tigers. I was going to say Thirsty Tigers.
Tigers
30,
get thirsty.
30 of them. They're not thirsty. There's 30 of them.
There's 30 thirsty tigers.
Her new music leans hard into the rowdy working class identity that made her famous in the first place.
All right.
She's
Redneck woman.
No. I'm not doing good.
No. But we don't expect it at this point, so it's fine. Par for the course.
My reputation precedes me.
Well, obviously, with her participation in the television show The Road, kind of gave her a little bit of new life to her. And she's been popping in on Broadway and doing a few guest appearances, keeping her name out there, trying to ride the wave of the show. So it's good that she's got a new record coming out. That's
kind of the par for the course, per se. Single after single after single, and then, oops, it's an album.
I will say the show gave me a different view on her and her personality.
Yeah. It actually let me take her more seriously.
Yeah. Watching her on social media, too, is always cool. She's got a cool presence. Fun. Shows off her talent. So, good for her.
Yep. Okay, well, Mastodon is teasing. So in the rock arena, they must tease. But they're teasing an emotional left turn on their next album. Their drummer, Bran Daler, says the band's upcoming material carries major emotional weight with tributes tied to late rock icons and more personal tone than fans may expect. Because that's the trend. Putting in those emotional voices. They're on trend. Mastodon is on trend. I went to a banquet for my daughter before the show tonight. And when I showed up, my husband actually said to me, "Did you have a rough day?" And I said, "No." He said, "You look like you." Yeah, he's like, "You look rough." And I was like, "Thank you." Good feeling. He's never said anything to me like that before, but apparently the night is... Okay, Mary Morris isn't leaving country. She is calling out the machine around it. I remember when we interviewed Jay Bragg, and that's what he called it too, was the machine. After months of speculation, Mary Morris made it crystal clear. She's never abandoned country music. She was frustrated with the politics and business culture surrounding it. That conversation is still exposing deep fault lines in Nashville. Maybe she needs to go on Jay Bragg's show with him.
Nashville's always been known as a machine, and it's been known as, they call it a factory or any other.
Pumping out the artists.
Pumping out the artists, but they always follow a formula. As we've mentioned in the past, once one artist breaks, they try to copy that particular artist. And,
Mimic. Yeah.
I get it. It's commercial business, but if you can look past the commercial piece of the business, it's also a great community. And within that community are some really talented people. And that's where your focus should be, is on those type of people.
Well, I think when we interviewed Mary Cutter, I think she was saying she did like the writers' rounds, and she was like, "There's no lack of talent.
No.
Everybody that was up on that stage deserved to be up there." So it's just who gets the spotlight.
Well, yeah, but then you've got thousands of people. You think of the 8 or so artists or 10 artists that are on top of country at any one time, but there's thousands of people behind the scenes putting those artists together. The songwriters, the producers, the engineers, all of those people are extremely talented, and in most cases more talented than the actual artist. Because if you think when an artist breaks, they're new and they don't have any experience. All they have is a talent to be able to sing. And it's the team of people that come together and build the brand around that artist, and the producers who put the records together, the engineers who make those records sound good, the songwriters who come up with the great songs. Those are the people who really have the talent. And after a while, the artists come into their own. You get the Luke Combs that's years in the making. Luke Combs didn't just hit the scene with that kind of presence and talent.
Yep. Well, we interviewed Stephanie Rabus, and we do the unsung heroes at the end of the episode, and she was talking about all of her support staff, and in 5 seconds she rattled off 15 people.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people behind the scenes.
That is true.
All right, crew members, that's the news I decided you should know.
Well, it's all about you these days, huh?
Yeah, that's what I decided tonight.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what that does? That leaves me free and clear from any blame of your choices tonight.
Okay, that's the news we decided you should
I don't know if it matters anymore. All right, off to the question of the day. Tonight's question of the day comes from Nate. We discussed how Nate brought that up in our mailbag segment last week. However, we went ahead and threw it in our question of the day because we thought it was worth exploring. The question is, who were the best opening acts that you've ever seen that completely stole the show from the headliner? Who were the best opening acts that you have seen that have completely stolen the show from the headliner? If you would like to submit a question for the question of the day, please send it to feedback@jfranzi.com. All right, my friend, as always, I will give you the opportunity to go first or last.
Well, I searched my memory, which is not very deep. I'm going to share first.
Okay.
So I searched my memory, which is not very deep, and couldn't remember a lot of opening acts. So I will share the one that comes to mind, which was Jeremy Rosado, but he is a Christian artist, and I was there to see Chris Tomlin, who's also a Christian artist, but this Jeremy guy, oh my gosh, voice like velvet. I was like, gotta follow him, gotta download the songs, gotta go check them all out. So that's the one that comes to mind for me.
Fair enough. All right. Jumping into the list with...
Are you saving yours?
I'll save mine.
Okay.
Jumping into the list with Paul.
What did Paul say?
Well, first we have to say that Paul is special. He's, I guess, my cousin. He's married to my cousin.
Okay.
Cousin-in-law.
Okay. Well, okay. Makes him special and...
He's special. He's all kinds of special. Just kidding, Paul. Kind of. All right. Paul says, the students of Berklee College of Music, when they hosted Norah Jones.
Oh, and I know you got a soft spot for Nora.
I'm just saying that's what the wife and I first knocked boots to.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a hard spot for Nora. I don't know. However, I have nothing against Nora. I like her music. But Paul says the students of Berklee College of Music were more entertaining than Norah Jones.
Interesting.
All right. Good for them. I will tell you, Berklee College of Music pumps out some amazing talent.
Yeah.
Some amazing talent. And what's funny is a lot of times, the more amazing they are, they don't actually graduate. You know, they leave early because they're that good and they go play for somebody.
Yeah. Got it.
So, however, Rocky Rose, graduate of Berklee College of Music. Just got off the road with Cyndi Lauper. She's out now with some sort of Led Zeppelin band. She's scores movies and stuff. She left Berklee College of Music to go to the London Conservatory. Talented woman. And you know who else?
Tell me.
Jimmy Chris. Who is Jimmy Chris? Jim Cristaldi.
Oh.
When Jim Cristaldi was an artist, he was under the name Jimmy Chris. But Jim Cristaldi went to Berklee College of Music and became one of the best producers and songwriters in Nashville.
Cool.
All right, we can go down that list forever, so we're going to move on to Anthony. Anthony says, Ghost. He says Ghost a lot. Thank you for coming back, Anthony. Appreciate you being here. But he said Ghost when they opened up for Iron Maiden.
Okay.
I've actually worked with Iron Maiden, and when I did, that gave me a whole different appreciation for Iron Maiden. Because they were big when I was in high school. I was never the biggest Maiden fan. All my friends were, but I never really got into them. But when I worked with them in Nashville, I worked with the singer, and just watching him backstage and how he handled people and talked to people and all that stuff, he was just a super nice guy. He didn't give me any ride on the plane. He didn't give me any keychain parts from a plane. But, you know,
I tried. Is Ghost going to be at that festival that you want to take Bella to for Pierce the Veil?
I would doubt it.
Okay.
I think Ghost is a whole different level of music than Pierce the Veil.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. We'll see. Right now, Bella's chasing around Phoebe Bridgers.
Okay.
Apparently, Phoebe Bridgers is doing pop-up shows around the country. And Bella's trying to find a pop-up show to go see her at.
Got it.
Well, she's like mapping, like she's a sick, twisted person right now. She's mapping places she's been, trying
like
to figure out the route she's been going on.
Like the criminal board?
Right, yeah, the strings
with
going
the strings and the pins?
Yeah. All right, Paul, the one that's been here in the past almost every week. Thank you for coming back, Paul. Not to be confused with my cousin Paul, who apparently just shows up tonight. So, cousin Paul.
Well, question of the day was good. You wanted to be a part of it.
You're not the Paul. The Paul says ZZ Top when they opened up for Leonard Skinner. I could see that. I could see that for sure. And then he said also a second one, Jason Bonham, when they opened up for Foreigner. Jason Bonham, son of John Bonham, the drummer for Led Zeppelin, and Jason Bonham is out with a band they call themselves the Led Zeppelin Experience. That is where Chris Franz has taken me backstage with them twice now.
Nice.
Thank you, Chris. Chris Franz, previous guest of the show. Go give his episode some love. The first time was the day after Thanksgiving, and the catering came in with probably 20 pies. So I sat there and ate dinner with Jason Bonham and talked about his grandchild that was just born. It was very, very cool. It's also when Valen was just born.
I was going to say, and you guys swapped.
We swapped baby stories.
Yes.
Seems to happen a lot. When Bella was born, I swapped baby stories with Rascal Flatts, and Eric Church and I swapped stories.
I do remember that now. Sorry.
Next, Jason Hale. We can use his full name because he's a previous guest of the show. He has been out with just about everybody under the sun lately. And you know who he's touring with right now?
Who?
Trey Calloway.
Stop.
He's playing.
That's cool.
He's playing bass for Trey Calloway right now.
That's cool.
Yep.
I was looking at Trey's schedule. He's going to be in South Carolina.
Yeah. Jason posted that the other day that they're going to the Carolinas.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Jason says Zach Top when he opened up for Dierks Bentley.
Oh, I can see that.
I'll take it.
Especially because he's kind of 90s country.
I'll take it for the win. Sorry, Dierks. Oh, one of these days, Dierks, you're going to come on the show. One of these days, you're just going to pop up. If you want to do that, jfranzy.com. Just click on the link. It'll be right in the show.
I love one-sided arguments where the other person has no clue.
No clue. He had a clue at one point.
Dierks is clueless, and even when he finds out, he's going to be like, whatever.
What are you talking about?
Like, let it go,
I don't
bro.
even remember the fight. All right. Moving on. James, the question of the day, James, not tonight, but in general, says Manchester Orchestra, when they opened up for Silver Sun Pickups. I don't know, only because those are lowercase, James. Again, Tiffany mentioned we need help, all the help we can get. So Manchester Orchestra, capital letters, so I got that. Opened up for Silver Sun Pickups, sure. Both were awesome, but Manchester ruled the night. All right. Maya Project Music, previous guest of the show, says, well, this is hard to admit, but Audio Slave when they opened up for 9 Inch Nails.
Ah, good for her giving credit where credit was due.
It's the last time that Chris was on stage. Epic and sad.
That is sad.
Maya
Why are
Project
you
Music.
bringing sad stuff into our show, Jay?
That's what I'm just saying. I was just going to say that to her.
Actually, Maya Project Music. Why are you bringing sad stuff into our...
We just told Tiffany she couldn't bring in sad things. All right. Mark Bottolato.
Long hair Mark.
Chiming in from a different account. I've never seen this username before, but it's kind of funny. Mark BNAZ with a few underscores. Anyways, he says Skid Row opening up for Aerosmith. Where? At the Boston Garden. When? New Year's Eve. He said Skid Row just killed it. Aerosmith was, well, awful.
Oh, man.
You know what, Mark? I can understand that. Skid Row, especially in the height of their career, was incredible. I don't think they get the credit they deserve.
Revisit.
Skid Row was awesome. And I've seen Aerosmith. I've got nothing against them. The drummer put his hanger up my ass. Did I tell you that?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And you liked it.
He
poked your butt, and you liked it.
Oh, Chris says Pink, but he doesn't say who Pink opened up for.
Ooh.
All right. Hollow Man Bare Knuckle Fight. That's a long name. Says Godsmack when they opened up for Metallica.
Oh.
I can see that. I really like Godsmack. I think they're an underrated band, a Boston band. But I think they're underrated. I don't think they ever got the credit that their talent level deserves. Now, to be fair, Metallica, much, much more known than Godsmack.
Isn't that the whole point of an opening band, though? They're less known.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And Godsmack, I think their singer is more talented vocally. Metallica, since they've changed band members, have gotten some really good musicians in and out of that band. I think it's a push. Moving on to the news.
Not the news.
Oh, charts, same thing. Charts are news. Tell me who's in them.
Okay. I'm going to start at 10. Are you cool with that?
Oh, yeah, no, that's fantastic. I wouldn't expect anything else from you.
Okay. 10 is Rocky Mountain Low by Corey Kent and Cole Wetzel. Spot number 9 is Hate How You Look by Josh. Oh, Josh
screwed it up already.
Ross. I know.
Yes.
It's tough.
I told you he was coming back. I told you he was coming back hard.
I know.
He's blowing up the charts already. Coming back hard.
It's very exciting.
I love where your mind goes all the time. Just,
Can't help it. It just bounces between the gutters.
anyways, yes, Josh, he just entered the charts just a little while ago. I mean, he's killing it. Good for him.
Yep. Okay, spot number 8, numero ocho. Turn This Truck Around by Jordan Davis. Number 7, Change My Mind by Riley Green. Number 6, Be Her by Ella Langley. Number 5, Days Like These by Luke Combs. The first time around. We'll get him another time. Number 4, The Fall by Cody Johnson. I had the best time singing along to this song the other day. Just him talking about, the smiles and the tears and the pain and the miles. And I don't know. I just had a moment. With him. He and I.
You like sad and painful moments?
Sometimes, but he's saying in the end, it's all worth it. And I agree.
All right.
Okay. Number 3 is Brunette by Tucker Wetmore. Spot number 2, Choosing Texas by Ella Langley. Her second spot on the charts.
Nice.
Okay, spot number 1. Sleepless in a Hotel Room by Luke Combs.
Nice. Ooh, wait. Oh, get all the applause. Look, get it all. All right. You got another chart to run down?
I do. Let me tell you about my best
I
friend.
knew it was
Nope.
coming. I could have bet money
I know.
on that.
I can't help it. I hear it every time. Okay. Spot number 10 is Free by Beartooth. Spot number 9, Broken Mirror by The Architects. Spot number 8, Demonic Depression by Volbeat.
Volbeat.
Spot number 7, Wake Up Calling by Papa Roach.
Oh, I like Papa Roach.
Number 6, Twisting the Knife by Ice Nine Kills featuring McKenna Grace. Spot number 5, Words Are Worthless by Sleep Theory. Spot number 4, When I Wake Up, The Pretty Reckless. I'm pretty
They are
reckless.
kind of petty. They're kind of petty. Don't worry about it.
Spot number 3, Crawl Back to My Coffin by Dayseeker. Spot number 2, Safe and Sound by Shinedown.
No, if I'm going to do it, you got to give me the space.
I forgot. Okay.
You want them, and then you give me a hard time.
No. Spot number 2,
You gave me a hard time? Oh, spot number 2. What? Do it again. Say it again. We're going to do that?
Spot number 2,
All right, there you go.
Safe and Sound by Shinedown.
You had to make it rhyme.
Well, I didn't try. Can't help it. They made their stuff. They made it rhyme. Spot number 1, Drag Me from Ashes to New. Wow.
I just realized something. When you read off Volbeat, that I never gave my answer to the question of the day.
Oh, shoot. Jay, what would you say was an opening act that stole the show from the headliner?
You know, I'm glad you asked. I saw Volbeat and Hailstorm opened up. And I would say that I preferred the Hailstorm show to the Volbeat show.
Nothing worse than getting worked up and being let down with the headliner.
Now, to be fair, I went for Hailstorm.
Okay, well, okay.
I like Volbeat, I do. But I went.
Next time we'll
Volbeat
take
to me
all the
is
facts
like-
before you share.
Volbeat is they kind of remind me of AC/DC, like a
Okay.
new version of AC/DC.
Okay. Check them out.
On that note, folks, we're going to move on to the next segment. Where are they now? Dun,
I don't know.
dun,
You tell me.
Where are they now? 10 rock artists who hit hard in the 80s, then faded out.
Ooh, I'll be the judge of that. Let me
Okay.
see.
I have not reviewed this list.
I know I love it.
We need to be surprised together or find out that Jay can't read. One of the two is going to happen here tonight.
We've already found that out, Jay.
Yeah,
so
this
we'll just
might
be reminded.
A little bit more evidence. All right. First band on the list, Autograph.
I do not know this band.
Turn Up the Radio.
For that sweet sound. No, I don't know.
They were big. They were on MTV a lot when they came out. They hit pretty hard. That was a really, really good song, Turn Up the Radio. It was very popular. All right. Well, why did they disappear?
Why did they disappear?
I'm glad you asked. They could not escape the one-hit wonder.
Oh,
Constant lineup changes. Hair metal collapsed in the 90s. They never found a second signature hit.
sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. Ooh. She's listening to it,
Nope.
folks. She's
Don't know it.
doing it. All right. Well, where are they now, you might want to know.
I do want to know. Tell me.
Well, the band has toured in different forms over the years
With their one hit?
with their one hit. They tour in the nostalgia circuits.
Okay.
We've mentioned that before, that bands that pop up with a hit or two in fade away. They go out on these nostalgia tours. All right, I could see that.
Do they play a lot of covers then as well?
I would doubt it. No, I mean,
Really?
They were an original band. I don't think they would be doing covers. I think they'll go out with the nostalgia tours. They'll probably play a handful of songs, and the next band will come on and play their handful of songs and move on.
Okay.
All right, next band, Kicks. Another blank stare.
Yep.
Don't Close Your Eyes.
Oh, that's country.
Or Cold Blood.
Nope.
No? Okay. Well, what happened at Kicks? Because
What happened?
they were a legitimate band. They had a killer live reputation. But they came on the scene just a little too late. Because what happened
$8 short.
What happened to glam rock? It got crushed by grunge.
Thank God for it.
Why did they disappear, my friend? Well, they disappeared for poor timing. Grunge wiped out the melodic hard rock bands. Label priorities shifted. So where are they now? Well, I'm glad you asked.
I didn't.
They reunited years later and still pulled strong crowds because they had a loyal following and, well, they were bigger than ever.
Okay.
Next on the list, Faster Pussycat.
Kieran.
Yes, thank you. Light dawns over Marblehead.
Jerk.
Their hits, House of Pain, Bathroom Wall. Well, what happens to them, you might want to know. Well, Faster Pussycat, they leaned harder into sleaze and attitude than some of the cleaner glam acts. The problem was when Seattle exploded, that image became radioactive. Nobody wanted it anymore. Why did they disappear? Well, that image was uncool overnight. Yeah, when grunge came out and it was just jeans and flannels, and then people looked at the glam and were like, I don't know. There were drug issues, instability in band members, shift in radio programming, and internal tension. Where are they now?
Fiction.
Friction.
Where are they now?
Friction. Well, where are they now?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You said it at the beginning of this piece.
Well, Kieran's with.
Yes, thank you. They're with
Jeff
Kieran.
Tate.
Oh, I guess technically, yes. The frontman still tours under the same band name, and they have cult favorites.
And Kieran's one of them.
Okay, here's a band that I really, really liked. The Outfield. Oh, you're killing me. You know The Outfield.
I know. I was
sure.
born in 79, December 79,
You still-
basically 1980.
You still know. Basically, you're killing me.
Basically 1985.
The Outfield, their big hits. Your Love, All the Love. They were big. They were all over the radio. I guarantee you know The Outfield.
Your Love?
Your Love, My Love.
By who?
Your Love, All the Love. By The Outfield.
All the Love by who?
The Outfield. Well, The Outfield had massive radio success, recognizing their hooks over decades. But they quietly faded due to musical trends. They moved away from polished rock. So why did they disappear? They were typecasted as a one-hit giant. One-hit giant.
Sounds like Journey a little bit.
Yeah, kind of has a feel like that. Limited image evolution. So they did not change with the times. Adult contemporary crossover hurt their rock credibility. And their heavy MTV rotation slowed down. So where are they now? Their music exploded again through streaming, sports stadiums, memes, and nostalgia playlists. Your Love basically never died.
Wow. I looked up All the Love. Should I look up Your Love?
Your Love.
Okay.
They've got some hits. I guarantee you know who they are.
I keep thinking of Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher. Your Love. It's not that one.
No. All right. Next on the list, Winger. You know Winger?
You know how to get my attention.
I didn't say Wanger. I said Winger.
I thought you said Wiener.
Not Wiener either. No, but I'm glad we know how to get your attention. Winger had hits like 17, Headed for Heartbreak.
I don't know any Wingers that sing.
This is a band you definitely know. Winger, they were studio musicians, so it was a very talented band.
It sounds familiar.
They became the punching bag of the grunge movement.
Ooh.
When Beavis and Butthead mocked them consistently, it actually damaged the band's credibility. Why did they disappear?
Awesome.
Well, hair metal went out of style, public image problems, grunge backlash, MTV culture turned against them. Where are they now?
Because Beavis and Butthead were making fun of them.
Beavis and Butthead. Where are they now? Well, ironically, musicians today defend Winger because the band was technically excellent. Well, yes, they were studio musicians and they were amazing musicians. But that answer does not tell us where they are now.
No, it just says they were good studio
just says
musicians.
they're respected. I'm wondering if they're still studio musicians.
Where they are now is they have gained their respect back. That's where they are
back
now.
in the world of respect.
They got pockets full of respect.
All right. This band is kind of surprising to me, but Night Ranger.
Oh.
Night Ranger had big hits, including Sister Christian. Were you a Night Ranger fan?
No, but I know the song.
Oh, well, hey, that's a start. Well, what happened? Night Ranger had massive crossover appeal, but they got stuck between hard rock and softer power ballads.
Stuck between a rock and a soft spot.
Rock and a soft spot. Why did they disappear? Well, ballad-heavy reputation hurt their long-term rock credibility.
Okay.
Musical direction confusion, changing of rock trends, and MTV moved on quickly.
It sounds like MTV had a lot to do with like 5 of them.
In the 80s, MTV was a big player. They launched a lot of careers that probably would never have gone anywhere.
When did it come out? I feel like it came out in 85, MTV. Is that wrong?
I think it was
Way before that?
82, if I'm not mistaken. Do a little Google search. So where is Night Ranger now? Well, they still tour heavily. Surprisingly, they are respected among their peers for great vocal harmonies and guitar work. They really are. They are a great, great band.
MTV debuted in 1981.
Ooh, I was so close.
So close. And then video killed the radio star.
First song to ever be played on MTV.
I know.
Well, I'm impressed that you know.
Thank you.
Next, Britney Fox. They had songs like Girl School and A Long Way to Love. Britney Fox looked and sounded enough like Cinderella that critics constantly accused them of being clones.
Okay.
Wow, I never made that connection, but now that somebody says it, I'm like, I guess they kind of did look like them.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Cinderella. They were cool.
Well, copying is a form of flattery, so.
That's true. Cinderella is now out of Nashville, and Lizzie Hill is good friends and plays with them.
Oh, fun.
Well, why did they disappear? Lack of distinct identity, the hair metal crash, they couldn't separate themselves from the comparisons, and label support faded. Where are they now? Well, they're mostly remembered by hardcore glam collectors. All right, so they doing nothing. Okay.
Put enough adjectives together, it sounds like you're doing something.
Aldo Nova, big hit with Fantasy. No. Listen, girl, listen to it. You know that song for sure. They also had a song called Monkey on Your Back. What happened? Well, Aldo Nova had serious talent, but later became more successful behind the scenes as songwriters and producers. Why did he disappear? He couldn't maintain mainstream momentum, shifted focus from writing to production, industry tastes changed, and solo rock acts got squeezed out.
Fantasy by who?
Aldo Nova. Well, where is he now? He worked with huge artists behind the scenes and built a respected second career as a producer and a songwriter.
I did not know this song.
Oh, dear girl, you disappoint me sometimes.
I was exposed to a lot of country.
Next on the list, Vixen.
Ooh. Rare.
Sorry, folks, we're having technical difficulties. We will be
No,
back
we're
when
not.
Tiffany is replaced. Oh, Vixen was an all-girl rock band in the 80s. I enjoyed them very much.
I bet you did.
They had a big hit song with Edge of a Broken Heart, but they had a lesser known, it was still a hit, but lesser known that I really enjoyed was called Crying. All right, so what happened to them? Vixen had talent, they had image, they had hooks, and MTV appeal. Why did they disappear? Did you recognize the song?
No, sir.
Oh, you kill me. Why did they disappear? Industry sexism, internal band conflicts, label instability, and then the grunge movement killed them. Well, where are they now? The band has reunited in various versions, but remains influential as a female-fronted rock band. But they are not playing.
Then I don't know how they're an influential female-fronted rock band right now.
They were one of the original all-girl bands.
Got it. Okay.
One of the original. They definitely weren't the original, but they were one of them. They were very good. They were very polished pop rock. All right. Last one on the list. Probably my favorite on the list. Boston band, Extreme.
I know these guys.
Oh, thank God.
I know them.
Big hits with More Than Words and Wholehearted.
Yes.
I love More Than Words. That's a great song. Well, what happened? Extreme accidentally became known as the Acoustic Ballad Band with songs like More Than Words and Wholehearted. Even though their sound was actually talented funk metal hard rock. Yes, if you listen to their actual like full albums, they are definitely funk metal hard rockin' band. Amazing amount of talent and a great vocalist. But that band is a perfect example of a band that only worked together. Like the members of that band had to be together to be successful. The singer, Gary, went on to join Van Halen after Sammy Hagar, and it failed miserably. How can a Van Halen record fail? But this singer was way too talented and way too polished to be singing Van Halen-style songs.
Interesting.
But anyways, back to Extreme. Why'd they disappear? Well, they were misunderstood by mainstream audiences. Ballads overshadowed their heavier material. Grunge timing killed the momentum, and audience confusion. Well then, where are they now, you might ask? Modern guitar players absolutely worship Nuno Bettencourt now, and the band has had a major critical resurgence. Yes, the band is doing well. They're on tour again. Yeah, I mean, Nuno Bettencourt, an amazing guitar player.
I'll take your word for it.
No, you're going to have to go back and check. I played one of the songs for you once before, Get the Funk Out. No, fantastic. You're going to have to go back and listen to that one too. But in this case, let's go ahead and move on to the mailbag. Oh, we got a decent amount of mailbags tonight. How many do you want to do? Give me a number.
3.
3. Okay.
Say them.
3 it is. Shannon from Louisville.
Louisville.
My daughter always says Louisville, which is the way I would pronounce it because it's Louisville Slugger. However, in Kentucky, you say Louisville.
In Florida, you say Louisville.
Okay. Well, Shannon from Louisville said, would love a full episode sometime on fake industry news, bought streams, fake sold-out shows, fake award wins, fake influencer numbers. There's no way these artists have the fan base their teams claim they do. Pull back the curtain a little bit, would you?
Challenge accepted.
Shannon wants dirt.
Yeah, she does.
We'll provide the dirt as it comes up. I mean, I wouldn't dedicate an entire episode to throwing dirt, but I will tell you, there is definitely times when fake news goes out there in order to shine a little light on a band that might be releasing some new music or might be going on the road. There's definitely fake sold-out shows like crazy these days. And then she says there's also fake influencer numbers, that type of stuff. Yes, people are buying social media numbers at all times. There's a big trick in the industry, and it's not just the music industry, so I don't want people to think I'm knocking it. But in the book industry, when a product is released, the owner of the product will purchase a large amount of that recording. In our case, music. In the book world, they'll buy their own book in order for their sales to shoot up in one day and they hit the charts. So that way they can now say they're on the charts. So just be wary that it doesn't always happen for the right reasons.
Organically.
You know, I'm not against it. I mean, it is what it is. It's a way of working the system. If you find a way to beat the system, beat it. But don't always think that they had fans just waiting on it.
Yep.
Shannon, I don't know if that answers your question for now, but if we think of any more things like that, we will go ahead and bring them up. Rockalooch, I'm going to go ahead and read your response, but I'm a little disappointed with you. It's been a little while since you've been here. So I'm just throwing that out there, Rockalooch. We miss you. All right. It says, you guys talk a lot about branding. Here's my question. Do artists hurt themselves by trying to act accessible online 24/7? Some musicians used to feel larger than life. Now we know what they ate for lunch or where they're standing in Target. Yes, this is something that's come up quite a bit in recent weeks, is the over-accessibility of these artists hurting them. And I would say yes. You know, just my gut reaction says yes, because when you think of an artist, there's supposed to be some element of mystery. Yeah. So you want to think that person is larger than life. You want to think that that band has got more going on than it does. If you see this famous record label band that you just think is amazing, and then you see them doing everyday things that we do, or if you see them going through therapy, it kind of lowers the image of the band, in my opinion, anyway. I think you have a good point, Rockalooch.
I think it lowers the value of the band as well, but I also think, I wouldn't think so highly of Lainey Wilson had her social media not been so down to earth or behind the scenes or that kind of thing. So while I think it's probably more hurtful than not, I also think that it helps to build a connection with the listeners.
Yeah, it definitely does. It helps build the connection tremendously. So the point, I guess the problem is some people get too connected. You know too much. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a balancing act for sure. Yeah. There's some artists out right now that just refuse to do social media at all. And then there's some where their team will do their social media for them. But even we talked about Kieran being on the show, 2 weeks ago? And he's out with Jeff Tate right now. Jeff Tate is posting probably 3 or 4 videos a day of their experience
he's pretty
backstage,
active.
Which is crazy, man. I wouldn't expect that out of Jeff Tate. Only because of his age, I wouldn't think he was that active in social media. But he is, and I kind of enjoy it. However, it does take away the mystery of that person who was this massive icon in the 80s and 90s.
Takes the sparkle or the shine off a little bit.
It's okay, you're no different. I see what you're eating for lunch. All right, third and final. Wrapping it up, bringing it to a close with Alicia. We have not had Alicia before.
No.
Alicia from Birmingham. Do labels care about album sales anymore, or is it just all about streaming? Labels care about whatever's going to bring them money, and they will make more money off the sale of an actual physical product than a stream. But either way, they care about money. So if they think they can sell a product or a stream, they're good either way. All right. Well, if we're doing 3, that's it, my friend. We're moving on.
Okay.
Miss Tiffany.
Mr. J.
What is going on with you this week?
Well, a couple weeks ago, I got to go to Rascaloosa, the Songwriter Festival, here in Nocatee, Florida, in the St. Johns County. It actually started in a lady's backyard, and then it got bigger, 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 and she started it to support children that are going through cancer. So it's called the J Fund, and it ultimately supports that, but we get to have all these great songwriters come in, and, you know, like, my world has just exploded with learning about music in the last 5 years. So this songwriter festival thing for me, I was like, what is that? So these people have written these songs, and then they sell their song to someone else, and they cut it, record it, and that's what we hear. And so it is the people who have written some of the songs that we hear on the radio, and they were telling the stories of how they wrote those songs.
All right. So what makes this different?
Yes. Okay. So I did talk to about a handful of the songwriters, about half of them, and it was really fun just to get to know their personality and talk to them. And I did ask them, you know, what do you feel like is different about this event? And so here's what she had to say about Rascaloosa.
Just the community, like everybody's so sweet and supportive and like always just like there if you need anything. And I love just the community and the people you meet and the relationships you build here.
She sounds very cute. Sounds very
She was
young
very
and
cute. She's young, she's petite, she could be the next Taylor Swift. She's just adorable.
Did you talk to anybody that was possibly older and a little uglier?
Well, I'm not going to say that, but I will say that they are experienced in playing for Rascaloosa. I want to share the clip from Brother Love, and he is part of Them Vibes. He performs with Alex Rahal, and they've been a part of it since probably almost the beginning. This was the 14th year. They've played many, many years with Rascaloosa. So this is what Brother Love said makes this event different.
Well, this is a family affair. Kim Page and the Sullivan family have put this on now. This is the 14th year. It started in a backyard, in a family backyard, and now it has grown to the family backyard of Nocatee. And it's a really special thing to be a part of every year.
Sounds very cool.
It is really an awesome atmosphere. I mean, there's food trucks and, you know, it's Florida vibes. So there's the palm trees. And then in the development of Nocatee, it's a planned community, if anybody's heard of that before.
I used to live in one.
Oh, is that right?
In California.
In California. And they just like kind of think of everything. So there's a little town center and there's golf cart pathways and it's very quaint. And, you know, we all call it the bubble. So there used to be food trucks that gathered around just like one of the pools. Now they've developed this whole area and it's called Nocatee Station. And there's this really cool stage in the middle of this grassy field. So it's kind of cool that it's evolved with Nocatee evolving, and it is like Nocatee's backyard now.
Any other questions you may have asked?
Yes. Performing for Rascaloosa, what are you looking forward to? So this is what Braden had to say.
Definitely can't go wrong with the phenomenal artists that we're sharing the stage with. I would definitely say it's been a pleasure coming out with someone that's like my brother this year. It's his first time. Last year was my first time, so I was looking forward to that. And now we're here. I'm looking forward to see how the night goes. I mean, it's always a fun blast out here. Can't go wrong coming to Rascaloosa. If you've never been, definitely need to come out. It's definitely a show you don't want to miss.
Definitely community. Community is a huge thing here, and it's, I mean, something I would have never imagined out of a festival. I mean, really, you know, as an artist, you go to festivals, you play them, pack up, go home. Here, they make a whole thing for you. You come the night before, we have a dinner, we talk, you meet everybody. There's an after party. I mean, it's just great. You hang out backstage with guys you never would have thought of hanging out with. But, yeah, just community is just awesome. It's like a family.
So, you know, what I like is the getting together the night before, and to me, that's what makes the event.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they all kind of had alluded to that in their answering. Up next was Justin Wilson, and I was so excited to finally connect with him. He was at Rascaloosa last year, and his voice blew me away. And it was fun to finally put a face to the name in person and talk to him. So here's what he said about what he was looking forward to.
Maybe the dance session we have at the end of the night. I might get crazy a little bit, you know. I brought extra layers of clothing this time just so, you know, I could shimmy out of some of it, you know.
There you go.
Y'all, he showed up with a mohawk and it was pink.
The dance was for everybody.
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice. See, now that gives you a reason to go.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a fun part that everybody looks forward to. And last, I do want to get Alex's reply as well. Alex is the lead singer for Them Vibes.
Them Vibes.
Hanging out with everybody here. It's become really like a family reunion when we are here. So not only the great music, the great musicians, but just the fans that are here. It just means the world to share this space with everybody.
So they were talking about the support of the J Fund. So were you able to talk to anybody about the support and what they do?
Of course. That was a big part of it. I mean, that's the whole reason for the event. So I did want to see, you know, what the artists thought about J Fund and how it is to support that organization. So the first one that I want to play back is Peyton.
I honestly tell people every day I would rather be nowhere else than here when I'm here. I've played over 10 events for J Fun now, so might as well get it tatted on me. I love it. I love J Fun. It makes me feel, definitely joyful and appreciative more than anything. You know, God blessed me with life, and there's a lot of people that don't have the abilities that I have, and J Fun really opened my eyes to that, taught me a lot, and I wouldn't rather be supporting anything else with my time.
Nice.
Love hearing that. What Chloe had to say.
I don't know. What did Chloe have to say?
Chloe Grace.
Chloe Grace.
Well, I think that is such an amazing cause. I mean, that is just amazing what they do for all these kids that are struggling with cancer, and I think that is such an amazing cause.
Sounds like it could be an amazing cause.
It is an amazing cause. And let's wrap it up with what Alex said.
It's an honor. We've been a part of this family for a few years now. We've done other events, not just Roskaloosa, and everybody at the J Fund is just so dedicated and so heart-driven. It's an honor and a privilege to help out. Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, it means a lot.
Well, what was really amazing is that we ended up raising over $120,000 for J Fund. And one of the recipients, her name is Kennedy, and she's a little girl. I think she's 12. And she actually was inspired by J Fund and Roskaloosa, and she actually started writing music. So she took the stage and sang her song to everybody that was there, which was really, I don't know. I think it's always cool when there's an organization who has raised money for somebody and you get to meet the recipients and see how it's changed their life for the better. It was a great night. Can't wait for it for next year.
Nice. Next year, hopefully I'll get to go.
Yeah.
I would have gone this year, but Lucy's dance competition took priority. It's sad.
I get it.
It's sad. But
it is sad, but I get it.
The kid, she won all sorts of awards, so good for her. She's a talented little girl. Well, my friend, with all that said and done, shall we crash it?
Let's do it.
Let's crash this thing. All right, folks, we've done it. We've reached the top of the hour. We've actually reached the top of hour number 2, which does mean we have reached the end of the show. So if you've enjoyed the show, please tell a friend. And if you have not, Miss Tiffany?
Tell 2, tell them all, shout all about it.
Shout it out.
We'll take any press.
Yeah, good, bad, whatever. We don't care.
We don't care.
It's not going to hurt our reputation.
No. We do that enough ourselves.
Yep. You can reach out to both of us over at jfrenzy.com. We will keep this and, as we say, any other conversation going for that matter. Miss Tiffany, with all that said, what say you?
I say, just like that, we're done. Thanks for being here. Next week, same place, same time.
All right, folks. On that note, have a good night. All right, well, let's take a moment to shout out a few friends of the show. Let's talk about High Mountain Breeze's music first because they have a new single out, Cats in the Cradle. If you don't know who High Mountain Breeze's music is, they are lifelong friends that reimagine the music that we have grown up with, music that we know and love. And their new single, Cats in the Cradle, currently out streaming on all of the services. Please take a moment, check them out.
And actually, there's a video for you guys to check out in the show notes. And at the end, there is a QR code for Why Hunger. And in the episode that we did when we interviewed Jason Chapin, he told us kind of about his father's legacy and this foundation that he had started. So go check out the YouTube video. And then if you feel led to do so, support Why Hunger.
That's awesome. That's a great charity. That charity has been going on ever since Harry Chapin put it together back in the 70s.
Love it.
Very impressive.
Amazing.
All right, let's also shout out Von Ray. Von Ray, we know him as a rock star, but he is also a knife maker. Von Ray, he's got a new knife out. It's called the Dragonfly. If you'd like to check it out, it is on his Facebook page. If you want to check out photos of it, it is very, very good looking knife. And it's got a good sleeve to it, which has an actual dragonfly on it that is inlaid. It's pretty cool looking.
And the dragonfly is actually mother of pearl. It also looks a lot like abalone. So if you guys are fans of abalone or mother of pearl, because it is mother of pearl, then I would definitely check it out as well. And I know I've seen the knife that he made for you, Jay. Sexy knife. He customizes them. It's a knife a man can feel good about. You know what I'm saying, Jay?
You call it sexy and you say a man can feel good about it. I think we've just taken a turn. Vaughn, sorry. All right, let's also feature a few crew members. We've got Miss Kathy here each and every week. Miss Kathy, thank you for joining us. We cannot appreciate you any more than we do. We also have the Mark Bottolato. Mark is also here each and every week, and he even comes on from time to time. And he was the first one to go up against you in trivia.
Yes.
We will not discuss the outcome.
What was his nickname? Long-haired Mark.
Long-haired Mark, yes. And then, of course, we've got the question of the day. James provides us with the majority of our questions of the day. If you like the questions of the day, well, thank James. And if you'd like to participate in that process, you can go ahead and send your questions or your ideas over to feedback@jfranzi.com. And on that note, folks, have a good night.